Good evening. How y'all doing?
How y'all doing? It's so good to be home. I see so many familiar faces. I got to give my shout outs before we get too far. Shout out to my mama for being here. All our loved ones.
Shout out.
Special shout out to she's our mayor, but I feel like she's my mayor and my old teacher, Mayor Sharon Western. Shout out to Mr. Marvin.
And can we get a round of applause for every single person that was up here? And it was when we got the invitation from Jason to come speak, we were humbled to a maximum degree, because as I'm sitting here, I really didn't know what I was signing up for.
I was like, Jason, you sure you want us to come, man?
You sure you want us to come talk, Jason? He's like, yes, we want y'all to come speak. And so why are we here? Again, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Torrence Thomas.
My name is Thurman Thomas. For what we do for a living, as far as why we are here, they're two totally separate things. But while we're here, we're co-founders of a nonprofit organization called Tankproof that focuses on giving swimming lessons and food security to kids who need it most, not just here in Louisiana, but all over the country. We're in Austin, Texas. We're in Dallas, Texas, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Washington, and Brooklyn, New York, in operation today.
And speaking specifically about this, and we were humbled as we're hearing these stories of the people that have come before us, the things that they endured and experienced, and really laid the foundation to give us an avenue to do what we do. And I'm going to tell you what we do, specifically what our organization focuses on, which was birthed right here in the capital city area, right here. What we do is we give zero-cost swimming lessons to people and kids that mostly look like us. 12 years ago, and I won't be long because I know we got to go home. I'm a little tired myself, to be honest. But 12 years ago, we was at my mama's house still, and had a deep desire to do something. We wanted to do something. It was in our hearts to do something. Really didn't know what it was. And I'm going to save some time, but the desire we heard swimming lessons. And I believe this was a God idea, because if you can find the two most unlikely individuals to have a swimming organization to teach kids how to swim, you pick two musicians, right, from Gosma, Louisiana.
Man, we wasn't the most studious kids growing up. We wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't have all straight. I was there. You know I was there. I showed up. We got through, we made it, you know what I mean? So when this idea came to us 12 years ago, and I say it came to us because it really just, I remember like it was yesterday, I was like, wow, we got to do something. And it's the naivete of not knowing, but the will and desire to want to do something is exactly why we're here right now.
This was a field that was completely foreign to us. Again, we're musicians. I didn't know what the world of aquatics was like. We barely knew how to swim ourselves. We knew how to swim. My brother had a tragic experience when we were 10 years old. He had a near-drowning experience. Someone had to come in and save him, which then prompted our amazing mother to say, hey, look, y'all boys need to get some swimming lessons. And but it wasn't anything that we did because of the area that we live in. See, we from the country. Y'all live in the city. We from the country. I'm from Ascension Parish, Geismar specifically. And it's not like you could just walk around the corner, you ride your bike to the pool. That doesn't happen in the country. You got to get somebody to drive you if that is available. So for kids that we're from, having pools and access to water was even more limited. What we decided to do with the information that we had at the time 12 years ago, we was like, look, we don't know what to do. Maybe we can ask our friends to help us to figure out a solution for this.
So one thing I'll say what our major gifting is, we got a couple talents, but I think our gifting collectively is to be able to connect the lines between community, to draw those lines between individuals to figure out how to get things done. So back then, 12 years ago, we told our friends, hey, we trying to do this. We're trying to get 10 kids swimming lessons. Let's sell some shirts. Let's make some noise about things, as we know how to do as musicians. I know how to advertise and make noise about stuff. And so we did. They had a goal of getting 10 kids swimming lessons. We blew that out of the water. We got 60 kids the first year swimming lessons with that model of doing things.
You know, one child is amazing, right? And this organization is being able to serve thousands of kids. But what I want to pivot to before we get off this stage is to let you know that in your midst, in your city, there is a tangible solution to the problems that we're talking about. So, and I'm going to say that again. we're doing, and what we experienced, what we heard the problems, we heard the statistics, we heard the stereotypes, black people don't swim. It was echoing, it was sounding all around us, but there was no action.
I think I want to encourage everybody, and I love how Mayor Broome got up here and said it's not up to our elected officials a lot of times to get things done. It's not up to these public entities to answer the problems that we see every day. We talk about the problems, we see the problems. Each and every one of us knows an issue, but it's up to you. If it's a problem to you, if it pricks you, if it makes you feel some kind of way, that is your green light to maybe sit and consider and figure out, what can I do? So you got two boys from the middle of nowhere in Gosma, Louisiana. We've been able to take this concept, this organization, all over the country. We're doing nothing but growing. This year was a major year for us. We got a Nike deal this year, y'all. Nike said, hey, look. Nike said, hey, look, we see what y'all doing. We want to give y'all not just a bunch of money, but a lot of support to be able to get more kids who don't have access and equity to the life-saving gift of swimming.
And what I want you to understand is that it's beyond just learning how to swim. And I'll end it at this point, and we'll find a jumping off place to dive off, pun intended. But I want you to understand what happens to a child's mind when they learn how to swim. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you two questions. Who remembers their first experience with the water?
Oh, we gotta go. Who has had swimming lessons?
Anybody remembers their first swimming lesson? Who remembers their first swimming lesson? Generally, everyone remembers their earliest experiences with the water. That's how sacred and how special that is to us as humans. And how impactful can it be? And about the 90% of the people that I ask that question, I ask them, well, was it a positive experience, your first lesson? Most people say, no, it was traumatic. Okay. So what our organization has mastered in the 12 years of doing what we do is taking kids who generally might be deathly afraid of the water. I have kids that sometimes they can't even put their face in the water. And in 5 days, we have to teach their mind and their bodies something brand new, how to save themselves. And that speaks to not us, but it speaks to the power and the volume of Tankproof and the organization and how it has evolved. And I will say, oh man, I can't talk. I can't say what I want to say because my mama is in the room. I'm gonna be respectful. I'm an adult now, mama. I'm gonna talk.
Say what you gonna say, man. Go ahead.
I'm gonna talk my shit. Excuse me, y'all. This organization has done things that, again, no one in this country has been able to do. No one has mastered zero-cost swim lesson. And as long as this country has been a country and we've had recreational avenues, no one has solved this problem. But what I will say in front of you is that you have a solution. Tankproof is a solution. And then secondly, we want to figure out how we can bring even more good to the cities that we love so much.
We love Baton Rouge. We from the 225 area. I'm never changing my phone number.
Never.
It's always going to be 225 something. That's just a part of who we are, and we tell it everywhere we go. We get the opportunity to play all over this country, different places. I'm like, hey, look, I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This is how we do it. You know what I'm saying? So there is a solution. We know the problem. We're talking about the issues, and I love the history. Some of this stuff,
amazing.
I couldn't even imagine the things that you've had to endure. Remembering that. Never forgetting that, and then having the composure to communicate it in such an eloquent way so that it lands, not just for the people that are from your time, but I felt that back there.
We felt that, and it inspired us even more to be able to take what we do with this organization even higher. So we're going to get off the stage, get off the floor, get out your way, but we will be, what is it? Is the word remiss if we did not at least open the opportunity to say, hey, look, my name is Torrence Thomas. This is Thurman Thomas. We are actively solving these problems. And not look, why? And I'm really about to end right here. But they asked us, well, why did you guys decide to expand nationally? We decided to do that because we wanted to prove that, hey, if we can do it here, if I can teach kids in Baton Rouge, maybe I could teach kids in San Francisco. Maybe I could teach kids in Seattle. And we realized that the problems are really connected. There really was a line that was weaved between all of them that connected all of them together. And what I'm asking you, what we're asking you, we're asking for your help. We're asking for your help. You have in front of you an actual organization that is solving the problems every day. If you want to learn more, we will tell you more. But again, before we get out of here, we would be remiss if we did not say, look, Tankproof is here to solve these problems. Tankproof is actively solving these problems every day, every year. And we need your help, Baton Rouge, to be able to do this at another level. We want to save even more lives. So I want to, can we get a round of applause again to Jason, the Baton Rouge Art Gallery, everybody that was on this floor
This is
earlier,
a world-class exhibit. This is a world-class exhibit. If you didn't know.
World-class exhibit.
If you didn't know, this is a world-class exhibit that has been curated right here in the heart of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This story that they've put together is so rich, and there's so much in it. And we could sit up here and talk about it forever. But this, again, it's to push you to do something.
It's to make you uncomfortable. Tonight is to make you, I don't know what y'all thought, this is like a kumbaya kind of, oh, look, yes, we're remembering the things, but look, there's a lot of work to be done. Amen. We still got a lot of work to get done, y'all.
So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. We about to get out. I don't know what we're
Thank you to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jason, I don't know what to do. Take this mic out my hand.
Hey.